What is going on, guys? My name is Link McKenzie and welcome back to another music vlog. So I was just sound designing today and I came up with something really cool. Actually, I started this project yesterday. I started sound designing yesterday, and while I was continuing to sound design today in the same project file, I just so happened to start realizing that all of these sounds I was making sounded really good together. Before I knew it, I had a bunch of cool stuff going on. So let me go ahead and play that for you guys and show you what I came up with. Yeah, so that's it so far. I got some really cool ideas here, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and export these stems down and move on over to Ableton, because Ableton is actually where I put everything together. And to be honest, I don't think I'm going to sound design in FL Studio anymore. Although I do think I will continue to use FL Studio exclusively just for making beats, because it has a really cool pattern editor, and I'm only throwing down like 2 MIDI patterns, and there's probably going to be like 20 drum tracks at the most if it was like a really melodic song. So that being said, let's go ahead and export these stems and head on over to Ableton and see what we can come up with. Alright guys, so I went ahead and got all those stems rendered out and got them here into Ableton and continued sound designing, continued to pull some samples from my sample library that I already made, and I got this nice drop going on here. Tons and tons of layers. Yeah, let's see what I came up with here. There's that, and I still got this piece over here that I don't know where to put yet. Yeah, so wow, that turned out really cool so far. I'm going to continue working on this. There's no sub bass. Nothing has been EQ'd for the layers to fit together. As far as the individual layers, they've already been EQ'd and compressed when I was doing my sound designing. And of course, the ones that I pulled from my library had already also previously been EQ'd and compressed as well during the initial sound design session. So right now I'm going to go ahead and EQ them some more so that the layers fit more together. Pretty happy with the arrangement so far, but I might go ahead and do some rearranging. So let's see what I can come up with. Alright, so I went ahead and EQ'd every single track here and messed around with the arrangement a little bit. There's some sounds missing, but here's where I'm at so far. Alright, not bad so far, so I'm going to continue working on this and fill in some of these gaps here, and we'll see what I can come up with. Alright guys, we are back once again. It is the next day now, and I went ahead and filled in some gaps and rendered out the entire face into one beautiful WAV file. So the only thing on this WAV file now is the EQ, which is nothing more than a safety net at this point. So we're going to continue to work on this. The one thing I want to say real quick about working with WAV files is now we can actually make this a little bit cleaner, if it's even necessary. So let's go ahead and listen to what we got so far. Let's see if we can clean this up a little bit. It might not be necessary, but we're gonna try anyway. And yeah, all we have to do is fade out. You can do this also in FL Studio, but it's a pain. You have to right click and go to automate and then select volume. And then it creates a automation clip for the volume, which is not very convenient. So I love the fact that Ableton has these has everything right here. And then as far as the actual automation goes, it's just a button click away, so that's nice. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And then we can fade this in a little more, ever so slightly, just so we have plenty of room for the snare. That's how you do it, guys. That's how you make a really clean bass line. Maybe, let's see. So, I kind of do like this longer version a little bit too. We could do it all short on this side and then leave the longer version on this side. I think I'm gonna do that. What I was afraid was that we were gonna lose a little bit of the stereo width. And you can, if you really listen closely on the left side, you can hear what I mean. Like right at the end here. You can hear that pretty clearly in the left, but when I shorten it, it's gonna, obviously it's gonna take away from that. So, I do like both of them. So, I'm gonna go ahead and do this, do this short one here and then just leave the longer one. And should be good to go. Let's see. Yeah, that works so perfect too because I had that extra kick here. That's nice. So, let's see. Did I mess with that? I did. So let's cut that back out. Copy, paste. Let's make a little bit of room here. In fact, we can just move it away completely. Now you understand why I love working with WAV files so much. I mean, this is a whole lot of sounds mixed down into one WAV file here, and it gives you so much more control, you know? But you can't get to this point unless you go through the trouble of EQing all those layers. That's so important to make sure that everything fits together, because if it doesn't, then you're just gonna go in circles, you know? You're gonna end up with a WAV file that doesn't really sound that great because you didn't take the time to, you know, EQ all those layers together. So it pays off in the end, it really does. So let's see, I think all of this up here is good. Oh, there is one thing, which is gonna be this part. We need to copy this and put it over here, because I didn't bother layering it over on that side because I already did it over here. So copy, paste. And I already messed around. I already messed around with this fade out a lot before it was rendered, so let's see. Let's just experiment a little bit and see if it sounds cleaner. Probably gonna leave it alone though. Let's see. Now it takes away from it because it's way fuller. I already, like I said, I already messed around with it a lot before I rendered it. So I don't want to take away from any of the fullness. I think I got it. You can see right here from the WAV file how faded out it already is. So, and yeah, plenty of room for the kick here. A lot of people will just sidechain everything, but I got in the habit of cutting everything out, like on the kick and on the snare, because what I used to do is I used to have the sub bass rendered out. So I would just have the kick wave files so I could see the kick, and I would put the sub bass underneath it, and I would cut out the sub bass. So there was no sub bass at all when there was that kick there. I said, well, if I'm going to do that with the sub bass, I might as well just do that with every single sound, you know, and it took forever, you know. That was before I was rendering it down into one wave file. I don't want anything to be on that kick or snare because those drums really have to come through. It's really important in dubstep songs, I think. So yeah, there we go. There's that, and actually, we can just, let's see, let me just take this away instead of fading it in, because it was already faded in, so, yeah, it's much better. Alright, so we got so far so good. And for this one, we will just cut away the beginning. And we can just duplicate that, but we need to select all of it. There we go. I don't bother to do this with the pad because it takes too much away from it, and I just want the pad to duck out a little bit, because I just sidechain the pad and it ducks out a little bit. If I do it, apply too much sidechain, it will cut up the pad in the background, and it just doesn't sound right. So let's see what else. This is good. I think we're just about ready to move on. And not gonna have alright, that's it. Not gonna have too much more time today to work on music because we're gonna be having a barbecue with our family. So that's probably going to be it for today, and tomorrow I'm going to continue some sound designing to fill in this area right here. So yeah, that's what we're going to do tomorrow. Catch you then.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and comment, subscribe, and check out our other videos.